Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby. Breathing in that good ass prana. How to open your third eye chakra. Uh-oh. We have a lot to dive into. We got the birds all around us, beautiful atmosphere. I get over 1,000 questions every single day and messages. Not surprising because this channel reaches millions of people. In the subject heading, recently I've been seeing, Ralph, can you talk about the third eye chakra? Ralph, can you talk about the third eye? Okay, we're going to do it. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So let me share with you what's helped me along my journey open the third eye chakra. Where should we start? Let's start with this. About 12 years ago, I'm watching TV one day, eating popcorn, thinking there's got to be more to life than this. So I walked outside, came into nature, then it suddenly dawned on me. I am an infinite being. Slow motion this side. I want you to go back, if you can for a moment, to a time before machines, thousands of years ago, when there was no TV as we know it, no internet, none of these fancy gadgets and gizmos. No. The biological internet, the human DNA, is all there was. Beings on the planet had access to the higher regions of the brain from special techniques and exercises. In the Indus Valley civilization, they noted how there were 7 chakras in the human body. That we weren't just these physical bodies, this was just the vehicle. We were ultimately the energy underneath. Slow motion this side. Now, there are actually a lot more than 7 chakras, right? But there are 7 major chakras, okay? And you can also go back to ancient Egypt or Kemet, where they had the Eye of Horus or the Eye of Heru, which was a symbol of royalty, protection, health. The brow chakra, okay? And the third eye chakra, which is the Ajna chakra, right? Ajna in the Sanskrit means one who commands. Is all about imagination, intuition, and clairvoyance. Seeing beyond the visible. Clairsentience, clear feeling, clairaudience, clear hearing. You are now going beyond your 5 senses. Slow motion this side. So we know, thousands of years ago, in the Indus Valley civilization, and you still see remnants of it today, the red dot right in the middle of the forehead, symbolizing the third eye, is all of our birthright. And I'm going to go into how I open the third eye chakra, special techniques. What did the people of the Indus Valley know? What did the ancient Egyptians know that so many of us have forgotten today? Many of us live in separation. My country, your country. The third eye shows us that everything is connected, everything is interrelated. It's not me and an animal. No, we are part of this food chain. We didn't weave the web of life like the Native Americans say. We are part of the web of life. Only the third eye, or as the ancient Egyptians would say, the first eye, can show you that. It starts with this. The first step, what helped me along my journey, was to become open. Be open. Be so open today to new information. I know it's hard. I used to watch TV programs years ago, realizing my life wasn't going anywhere because I had a limited field of information. Once I stopped that, started to go to the library, not just your normal library, but the nature library, I started to realize that there is so much I don't know about planet Earth. So when you take the first step to be open to new information fields, you are now starting to open the third eye chakra. Now, it is no coincidence, because there are no coincidences or accidents in this universe, that the third eye, or the Ajna chakra, is indigo in representation. Now, one of the greatest parapsychologists, Nancy Ann Tappy, who had synesthesia, where sounds become colors, colors become sounds, in the 60s, she saw the children being born had an indigo aura, which is a representation, hello, of the third eye chakra. Slow motion this side. Indigos. Yes, shout out to all the indigos out there. And they were here on the planet to help raise the vibration of planet Earth. Because planet Earth has been hijacked. There are forces on this planet which seek to lower the vibration, and you see it through the media, the television, the music you listen to, the institutions all around you. So these beings being born they were helping to raise the vibration. And you saw it in the hippie movement, right? They had children called the crystals. They had children called the rainbows, right? Diving deep. Now, the moment you are open to new information, you start getting new downloads. You start realizing, just like the people in ancient Egypt did, and the Indus Valley, and all around the world, in the esoteric areas of society, that we are not just a physical body. We are so much more than we have been told. Let's talk about another step. And this is when you get a deep self-awareness of who you are now in the process of opening your third eye chakra. It's hard, isn't it? Because there are so many distractions. You got to study. I graduated. I got a degree in psychology. Not just that. I got a degree in criminology. Not just that. I've worked in a school with people with ADHD, autism, right? Studied developmental psychology my whole life, inspiring millions of people. The deep self-awareness comes when you press pause, when you say, wait a minute. And that's what's happening on the planet right now. We've realized we're at the crossroads, right? The crossroads, because we can't keep on living like this. And that's why a lot of people getting out of the matrix, or they're in the matrix, but they just are masters of it, right? They make it work for them. And that was me. I had a deep awareness. And that's when my third eye chakra started to open. I said, wait a minute. I didn't come here just to work my whole life and be miserable. No, I came here to learn about the truth of who I really am. And that's what's happening to so many people. And a lot of people on the planet are going to be in for a rude awakening when they start to ask the big questions and realize that they are so much more than what they have been told. So, as a healer, as a counselor, as a psychologist, and as an infinite being, what is one of the best ways to start to get more self-awareness? Meditation. Harvard studies have shown that meditation decreases the size of the amygdala, which is responsible for fear, right? Meditation increases the gray matter. It creates new brain cells, neurogenesis. This self-awareness will now activate the third eye chakra, because the third eye is all about imagination. It's all about stepping outside of the box to realize, wait a minute, actually, there is no box. The box was only your mind, only the limitations you placed on yourself. Slow motion this side. Right? Self-awareness, Reiki, fantastic for opening the third eye chakra. Daily exercise, fantastic. Walking, coming into your body. Because many of us, we are not coming into our body. We are thinking, ruminating, overthinking. We're stuck in our thoughts. Total body awareness will help you open your third eye chakra. Now, let's talk about the 7-day vegan challenge. Recently, I spoke about E3 Live, the most nutritious superfood on the planet, ounce for ounce. I didn't know of E3 Live up until about a year ago. Okay. 64% protein, full of vitamins and minerals, right? Packed full of chlorophyll, right? Packed full of chlorophyll, right? 3 to 5 times more than wheatgrass. So E3 Live, we are talking about the blue-green algae. You also got spirulina, right? Blue-green algae, right? These foods, these plant-based foods, plant-based protein sources will help you open your third eye chakra. I realized it because I've been a vegan for over 12 years. People say, Ralph, how long have you been a vegan? How long? 12 years, right? 7-day vegan challenge, huge right now. There was a time though, I was eating a lot of processed meats. My vibration was lowering because you see, we are eating animals who never wanted to die. So we take on board their fear. The third eye, once again, it is about dissolving the ego. Each chakra matters, right? We've got to do a video on each chakra because each one is very important. But as you go up the chakras to the brow chakra, to the crown chakra, now the pineal gland we're talking about, you realize that food is everything. Food is information. The more plant-based foods you are eating, the more vibration, the more your vibration is increasing, right? When you really want to be grounded, you eat a lot of processed foods, right? A lot of heavy foods. That keeps you grounded. But as you are evolving in the life university, you're all about becoming lighter. Some people are breatharians, right? I've never tried that though. I just breathe in that good ass prana. They're raw foodists, right? They're realizing that we have everything we need from a plant-based diet. That's how to open your third eye chakra. The great Dr. Sebi talked about how we are electrical beings, therefore we need electrical foods. Shout out to Dr. Sebi. If you don't know who he is, Google Dr. Sebi. Most of our bodies are highly acidic right now on the planet. It's not serving us. So you need to realize that the more alkaline foods you eat, the more your vibration will increase. In essence, the more your health will improve. I haven't been to the doctor for over a decade. True story, right? Another step is to question everything you have been taught. That is how to open the third eye chakra. So what's helped me along my journey is to realize that history means his story. Have you ever noticed why it's never her story? Because the feminine principle was taken out of a lot of literature, right? We're living on Gaia, which is Mother Nature, right? This is a very feminine planet, right? Fruit bears, right? Trees bear fruit. They give birth to fruit. This is a feminine planet. Yes, the masculine and the feminine go hand in hand, but we have to realize that so much of what we have been taught is a lie, it's an illusion, and now people are starting to reclaim their power. They're starting to find their wisdom once again. So the more you question what you have been taught, the more you are able to start forming your own narrative about planet Earth, right? People say, Ralph, do you think the Earth is flat? I'm going to do a video on that. But once again, you got to question everything. You don't know if it's round or flat. Because once again, how do you even know there are 7 billion people on the planet? That is a story. His story you have accepted. The only way for you to know that is to go around and count each one. You want to do that? I thought no, right? So you got to question everything you have been taught. That's what's happening on the planet. That's why you probably got friends right now who were so asleep, they're starting to wake up. Because now with the recent elections and everything and how this shift is happening so quickly, more people are starting to scratch their heads and say, wait a minute, it's not adding up. People who have had their third eye chakra, they've always known that the secret is to be free, is to stay free. Now, the next step is what we call detachment and perspective. When you are opening the Ajna chakra, you have to learn how to detach yourself from the world around you. I go into nature. You always see me in nature every single day. I spend a good couple of hours in nature just to detach from the world around me, to gain perspective, to gain a bird's eye view. Slow motion this side. If you are so plugged into the matrix, it's going to be hard, because you are just going to be literally an automaton, a walking zombie. So detachment is essential to open the third eye chakra. It now puts everything in perspective. It makes you realize there is more to life. Many of us on the planet externalize our power. This is the next step. Stop externalizing your power to open your third eye chakra. How do so many of us do this? We say, someone is coming to save me, right? Many people who have their third eye open, right? If you got your third eye chakra open, you know that we are made from the same fabric as the universe. Therefore, we are parts of source energy, right? Angels and demons are they are archetypes. These are the archetypes of who we are, right? We are gods and goddesses, right? That's when your third eye is opening. At the same time, there is an intelligence which is even beyond our own human comprehension, which is what we call the source energy, right? You start to realize this universe is built on divine mathematics, which blows our comprehension out of the window. We don't know how it works. Quantum physicists, they're trying to discover it, right? Trying to find out how can two atoms, which are totally separate, be doing the exact same things. Quantum entanglement, right? When you stop externalizing your power, you start realizing, actually, I don't have to follow these politicians and all of these people. I can actually start reclaiming my power and start seeing I am actually somebody. I am worthy. I am a human being. I am the two most powerful words in the universe. Whatever you put after I am, that is what you will become. Now, another step is what I call left and right. Left and right is a new way I found out how to open the third eye chakra. So I'm left-handed, right? Do you know what that means when you're left-handed? Do you know why they used to burn so many people on the stake? Even in Europe, witches, right? Women who were witches, right? Because they were delving into esoteric information. People who were left-handed in many ancient societies also got similar treatment, because the left hand goes to the right brain hemisphere, which is all about the third eye. That's why a lot of left-handed people are super creative. Studies have shown this, because they are using the right side of their brain. If you are right-handed, you're using more of the left side of your brain, which is logic. That's why it is no coincidence most of the planet is what? Right-handed. Left brain. You go back to ancient cultures, it was a balance, right? Left, right. So left, right for me is that, okay, I'm left-handed. I'm naturally creative. I create out of thin air. I'm a wizard. Now I got to use the logical side, right? So I'm starting to use my right hand. I'm ambidextrous. I can write with both hands, right? I can skate both ways, right? I can dance in both different directions, right? Yes, left and right. So I'm very sometimes out there. At the same time, I got a degree. I graduated. I've been in the system, been working since I was 15 years old, inspiring millions of people, right? Creating abundance, doing it. Left and right, very spiritual. At the same time, I'm abundant financially, right? That's left and right. Once you fuse both brain hemispheres together, you now are having what I call total brain functioning, whole brain functioning. That is how to open the third eye chakra. Now, another step is to reconnect back to source energy, right? That's as simple as going into nature, breathing in that good ass prana, baby, coming to a natural setting, because a lot of our environment is artificial, right? Planet Earth didn't even look like this thousands of years ago, right? The trees were a lot bigger. We'll come to that later, okay? So you have to realize that natural environments will help you. It will help activate the pineal gland, which in turn will help open the third eye chakra, right? Get more melatonin, right? Sleep and wake cycles. The more sun you are exposed to and the more rest you get, you now start producing more melatonin, which is really the key to start opening your third eye chakra. Now, let's talk about another step. Now, when we talk of opening the third eye chakra, what really helped me was connecting with like minds. To connect with like minds, you really want to find people you get on with, right? These are friends who don't laugh at you because you think and see life a different way. They actually support you, right? And this is really how to open the third eye, right? Surround yourself with people who remind you who you are, that you are an infinite being, that you have all of these amazing senses, right? That we are so much more than what we have been told we are, right? Then you get the support. And let's talk about another step, right? This is probably one of the biggest ones. And this is to really trust yourself. Trust that you aren't going crazy. Trust your intuition, right? A lot of empaths are naturally in the process of opening their third eye because they feel into energy, right? They see things before they actually happen. The more you trust yourself, the more your third eye chakra opens. How do we begin to trust ourselves? By realizing that we've got to start believing more in the reality we are creating as opposed to the reality that is being handed to us. The world is awakening right now, right? The whole world is awakening right now. Let me say it again, because 3 is a magic number. The whole world is awakening right now, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. This is a sure sign, not just mine or yours, but everybody's third eye chakra is going to be open, because people know being free is your birthright. And there you have it in a nutshell. We're just out here in nature. That's a great question. Look, if you got a question, because I get so many, keep it one line. Keep it one line. Then I'll answer it. Shout out to all the amazing deep divers out there. We're just having fun, creating abundance, doing it. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. And then you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Have a beautiful day. We're out here in nature. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You.